So we got the hood pop now. You hear it? So I'm gonna get my 3/8 ratchet. It's a 3/8. We're gonna pull that belt off of there, start spinning some pulleys and see which one is rattling. So I have my 3/8 ratchet placed on the tensioner, right? You're gonna get it from the driver's side. And then you're gonna push down, right? So when you push down, slide it off of your alternator, right? And then leave your ratchet there, just like that. So now we have our belt off. That seems all right. Yeah, it's a little noisy. So, give me 1 second. Let me pull. I'm gonna have to pull this belt all the way down like this. So on the 03 Hemi Ram, you have 2 idler pulleys, and on this one you only have 1. You have an idler and you have a tensioner, right? So you're gonna have to pull your ratchet out of there. That's quiet. That seems good. I mean, that's a little loose, but it's not bad. Let me pull this, get that out of the way. It could be this tensioner pulley, guys. Man, that sounds good too. There's no noise out of that. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the tensioner and the idler pulley off and check them. So your idler pulley's a 13 mil. I mean, that's as simple as just taking it off. Right, go gentle with it. And then it should come right out. If you can take it out like that, then you're pretty much golden. Now I can tell you now, this has been changed 1 time, and I'll tell you the reason as soon as I get it out of here. Now I can tell you it's been changed. For one, it's plastic, right? The OEM ones are steel. So, listen to this. Y'all hear that in there? All right, so this is an issue. But what I want to do, that bolt looks pretty healthy, so we're definitely going to reuse. So we got to get an idler pulley. An idler pulley. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take the tensioner off because I want to check it also. That looks like it's probably a 15. Yeah. Wow, got to fight this thing out of here, fellas. There we go. So it definitely looks bigger. You gotta squeeze your hands down in here. You know these Hemis are tight. Oh, that might not be it either. 15 might not be it, guys. Let me try this. Let me take it off of here. Let's see if I can't get it in here. Struggle is real, gentlemen. Yeah, see, that's bigger than a 15. Now, what I do have bigger than a 15 is a standard instead of a metric. So we're gonna go with we'll start with a 5/8. It's a 5/8, gentlemen. It's a 5/8. There we go. Got it on there good. And then just go with it. Once you get it loose, you may be able to get your socket in there like so. And voila, pull it right out of there, man. That's a long-winded joker there. So we're still going. Oh, nope, there it is. We got it, we got it. Got it, here we go, here we go. Okay, so one thing I want to check, the 5/8 fits, I mean, on the money, gentlemen. So it's a 5/8 for your tensioner, 13 millimeter for your idler pulley. Now, with that, this is an original, this is the OEM, look. See the Chrysler stamp? That's an OEM. That pulley sounds good. I'm not sure if I would, you know what, it's made in Canada. Huh, right on. Listen. That could be an issue too. It doesn't sound like this one though. You can hear it in there. Right? You do this one. You can't hear it, but it also doesn't spin as freely. So, what's gonna happen is we're gonna jump in the 03 Hemi Ram. We're gonna go to the auto parts. We're gonna buy a tensioner and an idler pulley. We're gonna get them swapped out, fire this bad boy up, and see what we got. We gotta rip it apart, man. It takes no time, dude, to get it apart. So, first thing you wanna do, pull my bolt out, is you wanna make sure the pulleys are the same size, right? Here, let me set this camera down. Put y'all right there, man. Y'all should be good. So, first thing you want to do, you want to check the pulley size, the diameter, right? The width, I mean, you want to check it because if it's too wide, then it would hit there's a possibility to hit your brace there. Another thing you want to check is, so your bolt has a shank on it, right there. You want to make sure that shank goes in there, right? Now we've already done the spin test on this bearing, right? We know this one's bad, that's the old one. So we're gonna do it on this one, look. It's nice, smooth, so. And another thing with this, so once we do our spin test and we make sure it's all good, so when you go back with it, man, you wanna put your idler pulley on last. Don't jump ahead of yourself and put it on first. You want your tensioner to go on first because it's kind of a chore, which I'll show y'all. Secondly, here's our tensioner. So with this, you just want to make sure your bolt will go through the hole the way it's supposed to. Make sure that your tits right here line up for where your lineup pin is or your lineup slot is on the truck. And then make sure your pulleys are the same. Same diameter, everything. Now, for the idler pulley, it's just a Napa House brand, part number 219301. If you want to grab one, it was after taxes like 20 bucks. This here is a Dorman product. Part number, this is the belt tensioner, the whole assembly. 419-006. If you want to jump down and get one of these, I personally think Dorman makes a good replacement part for your OEM parts. Now, we checked everything. Everything's good to go. Let me get this camera right, and we're gonna jump into what we gotta do to get the tensioner on, and then we'll put the idler on. We'll wrap the belt, we'll fire it back up. In the first part of the video, which was shot the other day, you could hear the rattling of the bearing. So then if you need to, you can go back to that and check it, whatever you gotta do. You know what time it is. We're gonna go back with it, man. Now, this is what I realized the other night when I had to put it back together. So, on these 09s, man, them 03s, the 3rd generation Rams, they're not real tight like it is in here. So with that, man, you have to get your screwdriver, right? And pop this clip up. Be gentle, don't break it. Just pop it down like that, right? Take your AC lines and be careful with them. Don't get real crazy on them, right? And pop it over the top. And then pop this one up to there, because you need the room for your hand to get down in here. Now also with that, so your tensioner bolts right here. Let's get this belt out of the way. Your tensioner bolts right here. Right now, that's a tight fit. I gotta check this camera angle real quick. We're gonna scroll you down a little bit. Now, it is important to move your AC lines out of the way. And also be careful with them. Now, hand placement is everything with this, gentlemen. Everything. First, get your belt completely out of the way. You don't want to contend with fighting your belt. Put your bolt through it. Have it in there. You have to hold this thing just like this. Right? If your hand is not backwards, you're not going to get it in there. Line your bolt up. Right, if you look, you can see that bolt. Once you get it in there, and you know you're in there, I know you see my hand moving. I know the angle's kind of bad. But once you get it in there and started, like I said, you got to kind of mess with it. And make sure, just go ahead and be prepared to kind of fight it out. And then look down, you can see down behind your tensioner right here, right? Rotate it until you hit the hole you're supposed to be in. And once you get it in there, it gives you a little more room on that. Let me show you. On that bolt down there, you see that bolt sticking out? Once you push this in, it gives you that bolt to where you can get it started a little more. Once you get a couple threads in there, you know it's not cross-threaded. Make sure your tensioner is pushed all the way up, right? Then you can run it in. It'll stay exactly where it's supposed to stay. So also, like I stated, hold on. If you've noticed, I did not put my idler pulley on there because you need to be able to get your hand in there like this. Your hand placement is like this. It's not like this. You're not gonna get your hand down in there like that, right? You have to do it like this. So, I'm gonna get my 5/8, my ratchet, tighten that up. We'll throw the idler pulley on, throw the belt on, and we can wrap this thing up. All right, guys, so we got it all bolted up, man. Brand new tensioner down here, brand new idler pulley, sounds good. So the one thing you want to note with these idler pulleys is that there is a shank right on that dowel down here that it bolts up to, that this slides into. So make sure that's on there. And then I showed you the bolt and how it has a shank on there. It lines up in there, so when it's tight, it's self-centering. So I got to wrap this belt. We'll fire this bad boy up, see what it sounds like, and then that'll be that. So I was wrapping that belt up, dude, on the truck, man. And when I was doing it, I was paying attention to it, and it wanted me to, I had to throw this in here, dude. Let me get my thoughts straight, dude. So my belt was not squeaking or showing any signs of it going out. Now, since I had it off, I did inspect it while I was rewrapping it, and look what I found. So you see them splits right there? Now in the belts like that, you can't see them. So anytime you have your belt off your car, take it off and inspect it. Yeah, it takes a little longer. It might take a couple of more minutes. But this right here, with that new tensioner and that added tension on it, I mean, who knows how long this would have lasted. I could have got right down the road and it could have broke. So I got another belt. I'm gonna wrap it real quick. Then we'll fire this thing up. Then we'll see how it sounds. And then, and not then, but only then, we'll finish this video. Got it all wrapped up, man. We found the belt problem fixed. So, luckily I had another belt to throw on there, man. So that was in a lot better shape. But besides that, dude, one more shot, 203,169 miles, and we're gonna fire it up. And there we go. You still hear them exhaust manifold bolts, but no more pulley rattle. It looks good, the belt looks good. So man, I hope this helped a few people out. Changing a belt tensioner, idler pulley, fairly simple on a 2009 Ram 1500. If you're doing it on the third generation, make sure to check both idler pulleys. You have one down low and one up high. Your tensioner's in the middle. So with all that, keep living the dream, doing your thing. Like and subscribe. Always drop your boy up with a comment. And here we go.